It needs no special insight to realize that our century is a period of unique peril. The planet is in incessant, recurring crisis. Within that pattern, humankind is thrown together and thrown apart and uplifted and debased and at the mercy of currents, physical and psychological, which seem to be beyond control. There are tremendously destructive forces. And we are components of the process. Components that have a will, components that have a choice, and yet components that seem also to be adrift and at the mercy of powers in nature that are beyond comprehension and control. This throws up, of course, many questions, recurring questions. But all that we ask, all that we feel we need to know, and everything that is happening on our planet is the fruit of nature aspiring to find fulfillment in an ever greater life, an ever more potent structure, an ever more sensitive, refined, and fulfilling destiny. We ask about ancient teachings. We ask about the meanings of the old myths. And of course, there is power in this. There is a measure of revelation. There is a self-revealing unfoldment when we tap the patterns of the ancient past, which are so compulsively recurring. But these, we surely must realize, are only expressions of nature to become more, to discover more, to transcend whatever limitations have gone before. All is moving, all in the universe is moving from a remote birth to a final fusion. This, no doubt, will happen within time, however vast the span may be. But we are microcosm within the macrocosm. And the interplay is constantly within ourselves. We are the inquirers, we are the sufferers, we are the discoverers, we are those who find fulfillment. Humankind is the watcher, the knower, the leader, and the one who falls away, who experiences unnecessary death. We ask in this context so often about meditation. We ask about the technique of meditation. We ask what are the things to do, what is to be found, what is to be discovered. And this leads us into quite a different realm. From that of the anthropologist who studies the myths, or the psychologist who seeks to know their meaning. Quite a different range of experience. Is meditation technique? In a beautiful analogy, the Abbess Hildegard described meditation as a state of being a feather on the breath of God. Meditation is a letting go. Meditation is a death. Meditation is a dying to the agitation, the limitation, the conflict of the past. Meditation is a knowing of the silence that is the instant and never the past. Meditation is an artless art. It is the subtlest dance of the soul. The subtlest singing of our deeper being. The music of silence. And in that silence, which emerges from the stillness of our true state, there comes a movement that is not born of the reflexes of the past. A movement that is truly new because it is true. It is the emerging of the truth of our own being. In meditation, there is an opening of our soul, an opening out towards that which is beyond itself, beyond all the images invented by thought, beyond the compulsive flow, however much it may seem to have human consciousness in its thrall, however destructive it may all appear to be, however futile may seem the question, what am I to do? What am I to do in this context presupposes the knowing of no thing. To truly be, and therefore to do, no thing. Because the doer is not present. Thought is not compulsive. We know the spaces, and the spaces are revelatory. If we say, I am weak, I am inadequate, I am futile, we are trapped in a self-image that is utterly false. And that is the route to spiritual death, not true death, not the death of resurrection. If we say, I'm an expert, I'm well informed, I'm a respected teacher, I'm a person with special powers, we are equally trapped, doomed, and futile. Whether we adjust to our state of confusion by retreating into a convulsion of insufficiency, or whether we retreat, or if you prefer, advance, into an affirmation of our special status. It's all delusion. None of it is true. None of it can heal. All of it will emanate confusion. To increasing degree. So what are we to do? What is the world to do? Looking at fundamentals, looking not at policies or politics or theologies or mythologies. But what is to happen in the here and now to humankind that is ourselves. We cannot know the answer. If we seek the answer in information, in anybody's blueprint for a better life, in expertise of any kind, not at this level, there is no answer. So what are we to do? What are we? Who or what is asking that question? What is this? What am I? If this question can arise in us, with space for our own being, to begin to discover the intimations of its own response. A new energy is released into consciousness, into life, which is innately, necessarily fulfilling and transforming. This energy that is beyond thought is dependent on one thing only: our need to know as it manifests in our state of poise, our state of sensitized attunement, our state that is of receptivity. The old self-images must fall away. I am inadequate. I am stupid. Or I am special. Or I have knowledge. It's all nonsense. These are only polarities within a structure that is itself fundamentally erroneous. There is no salvation in knowledge. There is no salvation in self-accusation. The only thing that is truly new is that which arises when the self-image has fallen away. when the self has fallen away. When there is space, and in that space, the spaceless reality can manifest, can smile upon life, can bring a benign and limitless healing. A restructuring, a rebirthing, a renewing, and a resurrection. Then can come that creative, unfathomable impulse that no expert can foresee, that no mechanism can reproduce. And which nothing can destroy. This is the greatest of wonders. That whoever we are, whatever the self-image of the recent past, it can fall away. That which is without limit can begin to breathe within our deeper being. The consequences are unpredictable. Nature is experimenting. We are part of this experimental upsurge. Our Dharma must be to move with the flow, and moving with the flow is the knowing of the true meaning of faith. not the dictionary definition, but the perception of faith as the power that can and does overcome every obstacle. Meditation is allowing the potentiality to happen. It is already there. We are the lamp that is the vessel, if we would allow ignition to happen. In this discovery, we do not move from A to B. We do not pass through stages. We merely perceive that it can and is. The root of being. And the light that does not die. So let us let go of all self-image. Let the simplicity of our true nature present itself. And let the breathing of our deeper being register its harmony with the healing forces of the cosmos. Then a new humanity can be born. A new consciousness, a new awakening, and a new earth. And all we have to do here and now, is to ask, what am I? To be poised, to be attuned. And let it happen.